And tap, 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 tap. Good. And tap, 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 tap. Within 5 repetitions, and it's hardly ever more than 5, so this is done within the space of 2 minutes, I've got the horse able to step back lightly, and from the lead rope. It really trains the lead rein as well. So when I go lead rein, I could do it this way. I could go lead rein, tap, tap, or I can just go tap, tap on its own, 'cause it's the same thing. But eventually you'd want to combine it, so he learns the lead rope really well. But he's already super sensitive to this. You watch, that's super light. And he's not as pushy as he was, because the pushiness is always about, that's why it's important to think of it not as just a behaviour trait. You know, he's a bit of a gun, he's a goer, he loves his jumping, all that rubbish. Just think more, he just doesn't stop very well. He's got really bad brakes, well not really bad, but a little bit, and we can improve them, and it makes him calmer. If you put a heart rate monitor on the horse, you would see that as soon as we get him operating off light aids like that, beautiful, good boy, very good, and light aids like that, with no change in his head and neck, like he's not shortening his neck to step back anymore. When I do this, his head and neck angle stays the same. It should do, and he goes for a light aid. I've really got him going well. The next thing I would do is teach him to park. Now, that's really valuable. So what I would do is lengthen the lead rope, and either I'll be stepping him back with the lead rein or the whip tapping his leg if he moves forward or sideways. But if of course he makes a mistake of going backwards, I won't touch it. It doesn't amount to anything. You could fix it by pulling him forward if he makes that mistake, but honestly it hardly ever happens, and I spend my life doing it. So really all you're going to be doing is correcting his mistakes. When you say stand still or park, that he will try to move forward or sideways. So I now walk away from him, he'll follow, and I go back, back, back. Good boy. And I walk in and I reward him. And now I do it again. I'm daring him to move. Back. You watch. Very quickly he'll learn to park. Good boy. He thinks my legs are a signal. Back. You watch his face as soon as he learns it. Back. Good boy. You know? And they nearly always look away and they go, this is weird. This is odd. They nearly always look away. Good boy. And I was very slow to reward that because I got a bit excited. And I do it again. Now he'll make some more mistakes. Back. But just tell him, no, if my legs move, you don't move till I give you the signal. Back. So he said, well, what about if I do sideways? And I said, no, none of it. I don't worry about the back leg going up and down. I'm just fixing the front legs at this point. Now, to be systematic, remember I was saying how horses tend to learn very contextually. So all I've taught him is that Andrew McLean walking on this side backwards, don't follow him. Back. Right, he'll get it now, I think. Let's see if it's embedded. Back. Up, back. It doesn't matter which way we're pointed in the end. Back. And I'm in a slightly different place, so that's up, back. And let's say I've got this, because I don't want to spend too much time doing it, but I'll get a 90% good reaction. Now I'll face this away. Now this is the way he usually will follow me. So I'll go, right, what about when I do that? Oh, he's actually saying, well, I'm not following you at all, and that's good boy. And then I might say, what about this one? I put your finger there. No, good boy. What about this one again? No. But you see, he's right on to me because I'm making his world quite clear. Then the last one I might try is maybe a curved line, and some of them follow. If he does, move forward or sideways, I'll just put him back. Put him back a step, that's all I need to do. Back, and he forgot, so that's okay. And they always do in the beginning. And then I do the same things on this side. I can mix it up, but you don't have to do it in the order I say. When I walk this away, what about when I walk this away? What about when I run away out of your right eye? They usually make less mistakes out of the right eye because the right eye hasn't seen so much of it in the past. Like people don't normally lead horses on that right side. And then the right curved line. What about when I walk around here, back? Just correct him as quick as you can. Back. Now, if I were teaching this to the little children, back. If I was teaching this to the little children, I'd be saying, don't use the whip, just go, when he makes a mistake, he will in a minute, I'll go back, just push him back with your hand. And just teach them wherever we are, whoever we are, we don't move until I just do this. Walk on. And it's all quite nice. So then the only other things to do is be able to turn him, which is where in the D certificate onwards we teach him to, if we push our hand to the right, he turns right. If we bring our hand to the left, he turns left. And then we say stand and stay. And they always will break the rules in the beginning because, you know, he's only just learnt it and it's a bit contextual, but very quickly they get the idea. We can also teach him with the whip for the older children. If we tap them on the shoulders or the lower part of the leg, a different place, that can be saying turn your shoulders left or right. And we can also teach them to yield. That again, we begin lower down on the limb because that's obvious to the horse that if we tap him up here, but eventually we will bring the whip up to this triangle on the rump and teach him that when we tap here, that's sideways. Now my main point is that if we have these places on his body that we tap with the whip for moving him, we're not using the whip as a punisher, we're teaching him to respond to the whip as an aid. This is quite different to the horse not responding to a lead run and us give him a good old wallop because he didn't react. This is what is most important, is that he learns that the whip is just another signal, and if I tap him here, I want him to do that. Good boy. From just 2 taps. And tap, tap. Yeah, he says, good boy, well done, very good. And then soon, when he's ready, I can up here and tap him here. And again, this is for the older kids, because for the smaller children, we don't worry about teaching them movement of the hindquarters. It's all in those manuals and coaching manuals about that. Head lowering is really quite useful because in the carotid artery of all animals, and particularly those with a long neck, they have special bodies called carotid bodies. And within the carotid bodies are these receptors called baroreceptors, baro meaning pressure, like barometer. And their job is to back off the blood pressure, lower the blood pressure when the head goes low, because otherwise they could get an aneurysm if they've got a long neck. Imagine a giraffe, but also a horse, head goes low, too much blood goes there. So there's an automatic reaction when you lower the animal's head that the blood pressure lowers, and so too does the heart rate. So let's face you to the front. So when we can teach him to lower his head, again it's just pressure release, but I think he would already know it because he looks pretty good. We can do that. When the head, and if he goes forward, say no, back, and just head low. When the head's down, and don't worry about backwards, but when the head stays down there for a period of time, down there, you'll see after a while, see those fast blinks, they get slower because that's the effect of the baroreceptors. And it really can help calm them, and then you can teach the horse that when you lead him, that you can have his head at a safe position, like maybe here, that's nice, and lead him where he's calmer. So it's just using those natural methods and systems that are built into the horse. The thing I think that's most important though is teaching him to just stay put, teach him to park. So that's the fundamentals of all the in-hand work right through to the A certificate, but we just break it down to very simple things for the little kids.